A 2-day celebration of nature, organic gardening and community at the Bealtaine Garden Festival is going to be happening this weekend in East Clare. Inspired by the ancient Celtic festival of Bealtaine, the family-friendly event will feature a host of workshops, talks, crafts and seasonal activities that honour the turning of the year and our connection with the natural world. And for more on this, pleased to say that I'm joined in studio by one of the organisers, Doug Hyde. Doug, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Alan. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks very much for coming in. I must say, when I heard Doug Hyde was coming in, I thought, it's the first president of Ireland still alive. That is some going.
Distant relative. Yeah, he's from Roscommon, and I think his parents were from Cork, and that's where my parents come from there.
Well, there we go. So there is a connection. Okay, very, very good. Okay, well, I'm delighted to have such an esteemed guest in studio, especially to talk about this event, a relatively new event on the cultural calendar in Clare. Last year was the inaugural event. Tell us a bit more about the Bealtaine Garden Festival. How it all kicked off. We know there are other garden festivals in Clare, including the Clare Garden Festival, which we spoke about some time ago, which was on in Ennis. But what's the Bealtaine Garden Festival all about?
Well, I guess initially it had been kind of brewing in my wife's head for a couple of years, Yvette. She was looking at how to mark the season, and also like with the kids at school too, and the concept of growing seeds, planting them, growing, and also potentially selling them as like a fundraiser. And that kind of morphed into a summer type event where you could actually sell these, but also get in educators, teaching, forest schools, market stalls, to try and kind of grow around that. And herself and Nora O'Sheil, they were doing a craft group at the school, and they came up with the idea then of actually putting a festival together to kind of put all these things, and also put kind of East Clare on the map, that you could get local businesses and educators and, you know, craft people, artisan food, all those kind of different elements together.
And I know living out that side of the county, there's plenty of those kind of people.
Yes,
so,
indeed, yeah.
And it's a festival with very honourable aims and goals. It's a not-for-profit festival. It supports Raheen Wood Community National School and the Steiner Secondary School. Why was it important, Doug, that an event like the Bealtaine Garden Festival would directly benefit local education initiatives?
Well, I guess, as you say, there is such a strong kind of tradition of like local organic growers and people thinking slightly differently. Some people would say that East Clare is a little bit like West Cork in how you have that interesting mix of people, but also kind of even geographically like beautiful locations as well too, like next to the lake. So I think
you'd know you're a Cork person. It all links back to Cork somehow.
my massive Skibbereen. But I suppose like that with the area too, that we have our business, we'll say in Fecal. I do Ayurveda and my wife is naturopathy vet, so we would also teach courses and bring people in, and to kind of showcase what East Clare has, that it was to try and involve the school, but also to promote the businesses and all the different producers that are there. That it's, I suppose it's just the way of thinking, that you're trying to build the area, but also help people and to promote people, but also to create a nice event at a special time of year, as you say, like May, summer is here, and there are other
allegedly
yes, bit sunny now the last week, and thankfully it is actually sunny for the weekend, which definitely helps the outdoor.
Hallelujah. When people think of festivals, they think of one location, lots of things happening around this centralised location. The Bealtaine Garden Festival takes a different approach. It's spread out throughout the east of the county, and different things happening over the 2 days. I suppose, how do you retain that cohesive festival element while it's spread out?
So the weekend is broken up over 2 days. On Saturday we have different events literally all around East Clare, from, we'll say, like kicking off at 5:30 in the morning with the Dawn Chorus, and that's listening and identifying birds, and that's at the Wood Park in Mount Shannon. People can get a discount. Birchwood Sauna at the Harbour. There's a forest school in Toomgraney Woodlands at 2 o'clock. An organic dye garden tour, and that's at Whitegate. There's ceramics workshop in Mount Shannon. Seed Savers is doing a blossom tour in Scariff. There's a native tree talk at Toomgraney Memorial Park at 5, and then there's a documentary at the Weavers Cafe at 6. on in the evening time. So that's like spread around the area, we'll say, on Saturday, so different locations, but then it all comes together then on Sunday at the actual school grounds, which is a beautiful area with the field, the forest, and the school then to locate, we'll say, the market and the different workshops and talks and demonstrations. So that's where it's going to be on Sunday then in Toomgraney.
Okay, and speaking of talks, I know you have some interesting guests for the event. Tom Baughan, Fergal Smith, and a man we know very well from Morning Focus, Common Knowledge's Harrison Gardner.
Yes, yeah, it's a great lineup actually. There's about over 40, I think, different events going on, as well as like the market too. So there's stuff for everyone, from kids, from like, you know, carving and whittling, to Jim Cronin's doing a talk there, a couple of talks, we'll say, on raised beds and organic gardening. So yeah, there's so many different things, the storytelling and flower crown making. But yeah, there's lots of really nice events.
Yeah, and sounds like very much a family event as well. So, you know, always having stuff on for the kids is a key element of getting people along to festivals.
Totally true, yeah. Like last year there was like loads of animals as well that the kids were able to like feed, and yeah, it's just a really nice event, you know, with, you know, eating, listening to music, walking around, and then like listening or attending the different workshops throughout the day. It's a really nice, relaxed, kind of a pretty environment, we'll say, in the season that's in it.
Yeah, the word relaxing was in my mind, all right, isn't it? Sounds great. And in terms of people attending, you know, the Saturday, as you say, is the differing events before it all comes together. And the one location on the Sunday, is it ticketed? Is it free? Are there certain elements that people need to register for?
Yeah, there are, especially for Saturday, that limited spaces for some of these talks and events. So if people go onto the website, which is Bealtaine Garden Festival.ie, all the details are there with the air codes, pin drops, and times as well for the different workshops and talks. So some of those people would need to register for.
Okay.
Sunday, then you can pretty much just turn up on the day and pick and choose which events that you want to go for. Price wise, then we'll say you have like a weekend ticket, which is €20 for an adult, which has all of the talks and workshops on Saturday as well as on Sunday. Or if people just want to attend the day on its own, they can get individual passes, we'll say, for the Saturday events, or go to the festival itself on Sunday for like 15. Kids are a $5 and under 3s are free.
In fairness, 20 quid for to attend everything is a pretty good value, I have to say.
It is indeed, yeah.
I hope it all goes very, very well, and it's good to hear that the weather gods are going to play ball as well. That is the Bealtaine Garden Festival, and if people want to check out more information, have you a Facebook page or website?
There is, yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and then the website, bealtainegardenfestival.ie.
Brilliant stuff. Doug Hyde, one of the organisers of the Bealtaine Garden Festival, thanks so much for popping into studio.
Thank you very much.